Welcome to Calypso to Zess. Today we dive into the story of Dr. Eric Eustace Williams, the man who rose from humble beginnings in Port of Spain to become the father of our nation, leading Trinidad and Tobago to independence. Eric Williams was born on September 25, 1911 on Dundonald Street, Port of Spain. The son of a postal worker and the eldest of 11 children, young Eric grew up in a colonial society where success was measured by color, money, and education. At Tranquility Government School, he worked in the family bakery as a delivery boy, but his real hunger was for knowledge. At just 11 years old, he earned a place at the prestigious Queen's Royal College, excelling in Latin, history, and athletics. Williams wasn't just a bookworm, he was a sportsman, respected by his peers for his drive and perfectionism. A football injury left him partially deaf for life, but Williams turned that challenge into strength, joking that a hearing aid was a powerful weapon in Parliament because he could always switch it off. In 1931, he won a scholarship to Oxford University in England, where he graduated with first-class honors and later completed his doctorate in history. His thesis on the West Indian slave trade became the foundation of his groundbreaking book Capitalism and Slavery, a work that reshaped global understanding of the link between slavery, capitalism, and abolition. After years of teaching in the US and working with international commissions, Williams returned home in 1955. Unknown to most Trinidadians then, he would soon change the nation forever. At Woodford Square, which he called the University of Woodford Square, Williams delivered lectures on economics, politics, and history to the masses. His charisma and vision inspired trust. People believed in him. In 1956, he launched the People's National Movement, PNM, with the Belize as its symbol. Within 9 months, the PNM won a landslide election victory, and Williams became chief minister, holding the portfolios of finance, planning, development, and Tobago affairs. Leadership and independence. Williams' leadership coincided with a cultural shift. Mighty Sparrow's Calypso, Jean and Dinah swept the airwaves, and nationalism was in full bloom.
Shortly after he got into power, there was a sort of a love relationship that developed, man. I mean, he made me feel important. He made me feel to get involved. He had a way of getting to you with this way he spoke, and you know, his reputation. First of all, you're so happy to know that a black man have that kind of reputation, being so brilliant, and then he's able not to talk over your head. You know, he would speak to you in the kind of language that you understand and you feel like family. If the people of Trinidad and Tobago would like the opposition to get everything for themselves, it is up to them. But I am putting it to you, ladies and gentlemen. It is you supposed to stand behind me and give me all the strength that I need and give me all the full support so that I can make things better.
You pay as you earn, but the sparrow say you're paying to learn. And the father say he's sharpening the axe for when the collector comes to pay off the income tax.
Raise up on the taxi fare. No, doctor, no, and why the blasted milk so dear? He said, I'm going to put back Solomon. Who don't like it, complain to the commission. None of you going to tell me how to run my country. I defy any one of you to dictate for me. I am no dictator. But when I pass an order, Mr. Speaker, this matter must go no further. I have nothing more to say.
I am the boss. What I say goes, and who backs laughs. I say that Solomon will be Minister of External Affairs. If you ain't like it, get to hell out of here.
It almost looks like the entire population of Trinidad and Tobago have come out here tonight to pay tribute to our great Trinidad hero, Mr. Hazley Crawford. A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity of meeting an astronaut who was about the place promoting the United States of America. Trinidad and Tobago can't send an astronaut to promote. We could send a man that no astronaut can catch because he can't go back.
Williams connected with the people not by speaking over their heads, but by speaking their language. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, he challenged colonial dominance, fought against the American base at Chaguaramas, and coined the famous phrase, "One from 10 leaves not," after Jamaica left the short-lived West Indian Federation. By 1962, Williams had led Trinidad and Tobago to full independence. On August 31st, the national flag was raised for the first time, and Williams laid out his vision of democracy, equality before the law, opportunity in education and employment, and protection of the weak against the strong. He reminded the people that from now on, there was no Mother Africa, no Mother India, only Mother Trinidad and Tobago. Williams prioritized education, declaring that the nation's future is in the school bags of its children. His government expanded secondary schools and introduced free education, changing opportunities for generations. He remained in power until his death in 1981. For over 25 years as Prime Minister, Eric Williams shaped the destiny of Trinidad and Tobago. To many, he was not just a leader, he was a teacher, philosopher, and the architect of our independence. Dr. Eric Williams left us more than 4 decades ago, but his vision for Trinidad and Tobago lives on in our democracy, our schools, and our sense of nationhood. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Calypso, to Zess, as we continue to celebrate the history and culture of Trinidad and Tobago. From Calypso to Zess.